Architectural Builders Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Swinging hinges, and I'm getting ready to install them. And are you the one that did the YouTube the video? Oh, okay, good, great. It was very explained it very well. The one question I have is the door. The ones I bought are the CL3023-5-633 Classic. The problem the question I have is the door is 31 inches wide. The jamb is 32 inches wide. Now, back in the day, I had some other double hinges, but the spring broke. They had a furring strip, to make up that 1 inch gap. So, in other words, according to your thing, I would have like 3/4 on the hinge side. a 1/4 inch on the hinge side to make up for that inch gap. So I'd have like a 3/4 inch gap, a little less, I guess. How much should I fur it out to make up for that 3/4 inch? Like, would a 1/2 inch to leave myself like a 1/4 be fine? Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes, of course. So, if what hinge do you have?
Which ones?
Yeah, what hinge did you buy from us?
The CL3023-5.
Oh, okay.
The classic 633. I was watching your one. It was the 3, but it's the same. It's the same installation.
CL3023-5. Okay. And are you going to leave the edges of the door square?
Yeah.
Okay. So
it was mortised. The old one was mortised, but I'm just going to fill in those gaps because I know that this one fits on the side of the door. But go ahead.
Yeah. So if it was me, I would probably have. You've got a 36-inch wide opening. I would.
No, 32. So I got 1 inch to make up. I got a 31-inch door and a 32-inch opening.
Okay, so if it was me, I would give and they call it a jam strip, is what they call it.
Yeah.
I would.
Like 3/8, 1/2 inch.
Bear with me one moment.
Because there's one on there right now. Somebody tried to fix it. They made it 1 inch, so the door doesn't close at all. Plus the hinges are broken. So
yeah.
So I was just going to shrink. It was a 1 inch strip that you're talking about. I was just going to cut it in half to a 1/2 inch.
Yeah. So if it was me, I would take 0.8125 divided by 2. So I would probably be about 7/16, not more than that. So here's my logic. I got a 32-inch opening. I would put my caliper on the hinge where the leaf that attaches to the jamb, and then the leaf.
Hold on. So, wait. Put the strip on the jamb first, is what you're saying?
No, I didn't say that. Not just yet.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to determine how thick that strip is. So, when you've got the hinge in your hand, and if you articulate the leaves so that it would emulate the door in the closed position, I would measure the thickness of the leaf that is going to be mounted to the cased opening frame, and then the leaf that's going to be behind the style of the door, behind the 1.5 or 1.75 style of the door. So those two leaf thicknesses are probably about 3/16. So what I would end up doing is, if that leaf thickness is 3/16, I would probably, that's going to leave 13/16, and I might divide that in half. Except I would probably, I would probably make it about 7/16 would be the answer. 1/2 inch, sure. 1/2 plus 3/16, I would no bigger than 1/2 inch.
Okay. Well, no, I was going to go with 3/8, to tell you the truth, because I don't, that gap between the door and the other side. Yeah, I just want to. I mean, because if I have a 1/4 inch gap, that's fine. Because I mean, it doesn't have to be tight as hell. But so I mean, if I put a 3-inch in, I call it furring strip, but you're calling it whatever, that attaches to the hinges. If I put 3 inches, 3/8, I mean, on that, I should be fine on the other side. Maybe even if it was a 1/4 inch opening, I have no problem with that. So I should be good.
Yeah, I agree. Where are you going to attach the jam to the furring strip?
Where am I attaching it? Just in the middle. My jam is from the kitchen to the dining room, of course, and I'm just putting the furring strip or whatever you call it on the jam, right in the middle of the jam. I mean, it's just the way they had it before,
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, if you think 3/8 will work, without, because I just don't want to put it up there and then have to take it all apart to find out that it's too wide, like whoever tried it before. So 3/8, I should probably. 3/8 should be fine. Now I have another question. In your explanation, you were talking about putting the hinges on the jam first and then hanging the door. Is that, you still prefer doing that or putting the hinges on the door? Which do you think is easier?
I think it's easier to get the hinges on the jam because if you get them on the door, you're going to have to get the door open to 45, 60 to 70 degree before you can attach them.
I'm a carpenter, so I've hung doors before. So okay. Well, I thought either way, but that put them on the jam. That way I can just shim it up to the right height and just clamp it on and screw it on. Yeah. So I guess that's all the questions I had. I just wanted to close up that 3/4 inch gap. So 3/8 ought to do me. 7/16. Let's see here. These old ones I have, like I opened it up and I saw the cracked, the broken spring. Are they fixable? I mean, they're old as the hills. I have a really old house.
So how old?
I just toss them. The house was built in 1902.
Nice. How old do you think the hinge is?
Oh God, they've been there forever. I'm assuming. They're probably
original.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because the house has, they're the classic designs, and the whole house has those, ball type hinges. So I'm guessing, they got to be 80 some odd years old. I took them to a few architectural places. I got no answers from anybody. But I heard in your video you were saying that, the springs could be broke, you could break them and you'd have to fix them. And I just was wondering if it was worth my hassle to fix these or just check them.
So
okay, well that is.
Hold on. So the bottom line is, email me photographs of the hinge, and I will ask my super secret, awesome contact at the factory if they can supply a spring for that. Now they do supply springs for the modern crop of a 3023. I don't know if they can do it for one that's almost a century old, but by all means, send me a photograph and I'll ask. Don't throw them out until we find out.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll put them aside for now. And how would I get that picture to you?
Email.
But at this number and everything, just okay. All right. My wife usually takes care of all that stuff.
Yeah. No, email. Send it to my email. It's just I can give you my email if you like.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Okay. Go ahead.
Sales. SALES.
Yep.
At A as in architectural, B as in builders, supply, SUPPLY, .net.
.net. All right, Chris, you've been very helpful. But that's what I was kind of figuring. I'm glad we decided that our numbers were close. That 7/16 or 3/8 will do me, and that should leave me probably about a 1/4 inch gap on the other side if I'm in the ballpark.
Yeah, 3/8 plus this. So the unknown is how thick the leaves are of the hinge. I don't have one here to measure. In your video, you say that when you close, when you close the two hinges together to put them on the jam, that you should take, would you say 9:30 seconds or something? So just over a 1/4. Oh, perfect.
So
that makes sense. Yeah, quarter.
So if I was
plus
going a quarter there,
3/8.
quarter there, 3/8
Yeah.
on the door should give me a quarter.
Yeah,
Right?
you're going to be right in the ballpark. Absolutely. Yes, sir. I think it's going to be awesome. You get another 100 years out of this. I think it's great.
So with that quarter inch, then with the weight of the door falls into the range for these hinges. That quarter inch door isn't going to swing. I mean, that quarter inch will be plenty for the, like the tugging on the door. The hinges should be able to hold it tight, is what I'm saying. That quarter inch should be plenty of room for it to open and close.
In its engineered envelope, yes. If it's within the weight range, the size range,
Yep.
yeah, you won't
Yep.
cycle into an oval or an elliptical sort of path so that it hits. Obviously, go slow before you start letting it really tear.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're in the right rate range, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just didn't want to pull out a router and start having to, bullnose all the door ends. So, I'm just staying with the way it was, trying to refurbish it the way it was back in the day. But somebody tried to fix it, and they put on the furring strip that was way too fat, which they put on a 1-inch furring strip. And so the door, it'll just like barely, you could have to cram it closed. But then the hinges are broken anyway. So, it was just for, basically show. So I'm trying to get it back working now.
Oh, that
okay. Well, listen,
that
I
huge
think
difference. Yeah, I understand. That's why you got a funny 31-inch door, because I got a 1-inch piece of wood and I got a planer. I can make this work.
Yeah. So I figured, well, if I cut it in half, I should be okay. But if I go even less, I know I'll make it. So yeah, I'll go with that 3/8. And if there's, if it's just a little bit wider on the other side of the door, I can live with that.
Right on.
All right. Well, listen, thank you for all your help, and I'll at some point I will send you that picture. My name is Jim, just so you know.
I recall you ordered these 6, 8, 10 weeks ago, something like that, right?
Yeah, it was right. It was back in the beginning of the pandemic. I was looking for something to do.
Likewise.
But all summer long, I had other projects my wife had, so I've been doing those while the weather's been nice. And now that the weather's changing, I figured, well, I better, because the hinges have been just sitting on my dining room table staring at me like, come on, let's fix this thing. So now it's time.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, at least I know where you're at, Rich, so I can find you if I have any other problems. But, that video, you did a good job, so I should be.
Thank you very much.
So I'm going to go with putting those things on. I'm going to put the strip on there, put the hinges on there, and then just, shim up my door and secure it, and hopefully, knock on wood, that'll do it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Rich.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.